welcome back to Let's Play FTL. I'm Nine, I'll be doing this one solo. Once more into the breach with the brave, I don't care. But we're gonna go ahead and do this. Am I having that glitch? Yeah, 1 second. There we go, I don't know what causes that glitch, it's very annoying. Let's get our men in their habitual places, and we'll get ready to go here. Okay. Let's see what we have going on today. Honestly, I would prefer to hire them to delay the rebels, but because I can't, we're just going to go ahead and fight them. This is a stronger mercenary ship than normal. Definitely a Mantis ship, definitely. Looks like 2 regular lasers and a bomb launcher. Now, the regular lasers concern me just a little bit because, yes, there's significant chance they're going to do damage to me. But I think we should be fine. Gonna try to remember to set up just a basic strategy of cockpit and weaponry, because we have this significant issue with misses. And yes, Trance says that there's no such thing as an accuracy stat. I'm gonna have to assume he's right, because he does a lot of research into these things, and I really, really don't. But I gotta feel like, I don't know, maybe there's something in there, I don't know. Some missiles, some scrap, and some fuel. What I may do this time is I may actually consider picking up a crew teleporter and actually doing a teleporter run this time around, and only do the whole destruction thing if I'm looking at a rock ship of some sort. It's not the ideal way to go, but you know, it could help. Let's get you over here to fix that. Could be a good way to go. It'll give me a lot more scrap to begin with. So, you know, if I'm doing something like, I don't know, let's say, trying, you know, ever more frequently to pick up the, weapons pre-igniter achievement, I'll actually have the scrap to do so without having to, forego doing stuff like, shields and things like that. I don't know, I'm sitting here going, you know, weapons pre-igniter, weapons pre-igniter, weapons pre-igniter. But, you know, the other thing is, there are other ships that can do it, and, that'll work. I've been thinking about doing something like, say, you know, the DASR-12, which seems like it would be, the ideal thing to do that achievement with, just because it starts off with a glaive beam. It can one-shot stuff to begin with if you do it right. So, I'm thinking that might be the best way to go. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out, though. Gonna be taking some damage. Not too concerned about the damage I'm gonna be taking, but I'm gonna be taking it. I mean, honestly, we've already taken 8 damage on this sector, and that's more than I usually take. Now, keep in mind, I have been facing a lot of ships like this, that are running very fast weaponry that also starts out with some good stuff. So that has something to do with it for sure. But, yeah, I'm taking a lot of damage right now. Hopefully I'll be able to get level 2 shields going sooner rather than later. Sure, let's jump backwards a little bit and see what I can do back here. Is there anything nice at this empty beacon? Got some free scrap that's going to pay for my upgrade into level 2 shields, so I can't complain about that too much. Let's jump forwards here, see what we can find. Rebel beacon. This one looks like it's going to hurt, so I'm definitely going to be glad to have that level 2 shields directly off the bat here. I am concerned about that missile, though. I only have a 20% dodge chance, and we know how that tends to translate when it comes to missiles. That's more like a 0% dodge chance. Case in point. I've also noticed how we don't seem to get much in the way of dodges. Whoa, where's... Oh, right, because it hit my missiles. That's right. I've also noticed that the heavy crystal doesn't seem to hit very often, so I'm very, very glad that we're going to be seeing much higher accuracy rating than normal. Not going to accept this. I'm probably going to regret this later, and I'm probably going to want to start accepting surrenders when it comes to non-rock ships, because you know I'm only going to get surrenders off of rock ships in the near future. But there's an ion bomb. Not my favorite weapon. I actually, I frequently do not like the ion weapons, more often than not, just because they take too damn long to charge. can do this. Luckily, I have the shields take care of this thing. And I'm probably going to end up upgrading into that Pegasus missile sooner rather than later. Expect me to start putting a lot of points into it next sector, so I can make sure to have that thing online as early as possible. We can do a lot of damage that way. So I'm probably going to start saving up these missiles, not likely to sell them as early as I usually do, if ever. Auto Scout is off. Go ahead and put points into that so we can get that online. So, like normal as of late, I'm not going to be reaching that level 2 shields, level 2, engines, that I normally like to reach. You know what, everybody's gonna go over here, we're just gonna open all doors, and he's gonna be the only one who has doors other than the guys in the med bay. I'm not gonna even bother dealing with this. Wow, it's, interesting that they move faster than most of my men. Yeah, one or two of them are crystal, but my pilot isn't, and they had some trouble too. We're gonna get the ship pressurized again, get some oxygen going again. This lot's not gonna cause us too much trouble. There we go. And they're all dead. You can get back to your position, your engines, and you are shields, and we'll get back to flying the very unfriendly skies. How are we doing here? Explore the asteroid field and get ourselves a rock scout, and you know what? I'm completely okay with that. I am kind of concerned about the weaponry this one in particular has, especially the fact that he has 2 weapons as opposed to 1, and if they both hit like they did, that's going to reduce my shields to nothing. But luckily, it's not going to be too much of an issue. They got a pressure leak in their weapons area, so I'm not going to have to worry too much about that particular ship shooting back at me. Their shields are offline, and then everything else is going to take them out fairly quickly. So good start. You know, Rock Scout right off the bat is going to give us our first rock kill of the day. No, we're not going to accept surrender, because I intend to kill this guy. They're getting a lot of resists off attacks. I'm not sure I like that. But there they go. Okay, so that's number 1 taken care of. Let's jump to this next beacon, and then we'll jump to the exit and see where we go from there. Gonna have another automated scout. This one's gonna try to run. Not at all happy with that. So I'm gonna send the crystal burst at their cockpit there to see if I can stop them from really doing much. Definitely gonna take damage off of that. Nothing I can do about that, so I'm just going to grin and bear it. These shots are being timed in just such a way there's no way for me to get my shields back up in time, which really, really sucks. But that's going to be the end of that. But taking 12 damage on the first sector is not at all good. I'm really unhappy about that. Go ahead and upgrade our engines. I'm not actually going to be able to get them activated in Sector 1, and that's actually particularly bad. I will trade 1 drone parts for 5 fuel, though. It's going to take care of my fuel woes, and we'll go ahead and look at what we're jumping into. Definitely going to like the top route more than the bottom. A lot more red sectors, so a lot more chances of hitting rock. I feel like I've hit rock bottom, if you know what I mean. And we will start jumping. Not going to repair any damage. Instead, we're just going to keep jumping. This distress beacon should be useful for me. What am I going to find here? Shield the ship with mine. Take a little bit of damage. Nope, never mind. Just get 10 scrap. And you know what? I am loving that. Okay, we got another automated drone ship. And they're dodging these asteroids pretty well. Looks like they got their weapons taken out, which is great. That's wonderful for me. As long as I don't get hit by asteroids, which doesn't look like that's going to happen. They're getting taken out pretty well. It means we're going to walk away with a good amount of scrap for ourselves. There we go. What's my scrap reward for this one? 17 is nothing to sneer at. Nothing I'm particularly upset about. Waiting for our FTL drive to come up, and then we're going to be jumping to the next sector here. Next beacon. God damn it, will I ever stop doing that? Got another one here. It's another scout. I was hoping for a for some sort of rock ship. I mean, this is okay. They're going to get themselves killed, and I'm not going to have to really do anything. But you know, I'd really appreciate seeing some rock ships, because they like to camp out in the asteroid belts as well. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get our engines up to level 4 now. That could have been a very damaging fight. They had ion weapons and everything. Let's see. is actually really bad. So I'm going to have to skip that distress beacon. Instead, go to the store. I don't really want to go to the store, honestly, because I got nothing I can do here. But, I mean, I can sell the ion bomb. But that's going to be about it. There's not really much else I can do here. Power up our engines and start delving into the nebula. It hurts to leave a distress beacon behind like that, but there's just nothing I was going to be able to do. Unfortunately, I did not have powered up sensors, so I couldn't track those guys in the into the nebula. Really sucks, but it's one of those what am I going to do about it things, you know? Should be able to do just fine against this ship. Going to take little to no damage. Should take no damage, actually. And we'll go ahead and fire back at them. I really wish I could hit reliably with the Crystal Heavy, but it just doesn't seem to happen. I gotta express my thanks that the designers decided not to put heavy piercing weapons on the enemy side in this game, because that would have been an absolute nightmare for me, more than the game already tends to be when it comes to ships with heavy weapons. They're going to try to run. Hopefully my burst is going to take care of that right there. Not quite, but all I need to do is to see one more attack off the heavy crystal, or there we go. They're about to jump, so I was going to be up a creek if that didn't hit. Okay. Continuing to jump throughout the nebula. Nothing there. How about this one? Kind of figured this would be an ion storm. We did just lose a crew member, and, you know, that's pretty typical of my luck when it comes to those. I forget what, there's supposed to be an upgrade that stops that from happening. That's a store, so I don't care. I am going to get everything booted up here again. I forget which upgrade stops that from happening, but there's no way I could have had that upgrade to begin with anyways, because we simply haven't had that kind of luck. Unfortunately, we are facing a teleportation ship and a missile ship at the same time. You go into that room and help take care of them. That's unfortunate because our engines are down, which means that we are going to be taking damage off of those missiles. And unfortunately, once again, the heavy pierce fails to hit. And I'm once again wondering about a potential accuracy stat. As much as they say there isn't one, but that doesn't seem right when it's the same weapon missing over and over and over. Okay. And also, you know, kind of a logical standpoint, it doesn't seem to make sense at all. Simply because it's more damage on a single shot. Wouldn't there have to be a drawback there somewhere? I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But, you know, it costs less, it does more damage. You know, you'd think there would be something there. Now, here's an interesting ship. This ship has actually multiple ways to hurt me, and I'm not really happy about that. That's painful. Especially because of that ion weapon scares the ever-loving crap out of me. You get into that room. Luckily, their weapons are offline, but I did end up taking a little bit of a shot there, so I'm just going to get you out of that room. And we're just going to vent here, so that way they can... That fire is going to take out my weapons, unfortunately, but it is my hope that we'll start seeing some asteroids that'll do good work on the enemy. You get back into the engine room. That actually hit them. That was kind of surprising. That fire is existing for... Yeah, there we go. That fire is existing for a long time in a zero oxygen environment, which doesn't seem like that should be the way that happens. Okay, let's go ahead and upgrade our weapon. Actually, no, we're going to hold on to that. I'm going to go ahead and just sit in this asteroid-strewn environment. Very, very dangerous place for me to be, but I feel that if I must be here, because we got to get our weapons back online. Very important that we have those, because it's likely to be a fight on the next jump. And I am really seriously hoping that we're going to start seeing a couple rock sectors along this red line that I'm going to be following for just about the rest of the episode. I really need to see those rock sectors in order to get that achievement so we can actually start moving on and wrapping up this Let's Play. Okay, let's go to the exit and see what we find. Remember, we are sitting at 1 rock killed so far, so we're doing pretty well. 2 missiles for 2 drone parts is a bad deal, especially considering the Pegasus missile. So I'm going to skip the Mantis homeworlds. I'm going to instead go to the Zoltan controlled sector here. I'm going to make my way to that store, but I do want to hit up these 3 beacons first, in the hopes of finding something really, really nice. Really, really want to get my, if there's no weapons pre-igniter in that store, I'm going to want to, this is probably going to hit, no, that missed, that's wonderful. If there's no weapons pre-igniter in that store, I am going to want to, upgrade my weapons in such a way that I can get the Pegasus missile running straight from the get-go on any given fight. Hopefully get my weapons systems up to rank 4, so I can at least do Pegasus plus Crystal Heavy. Rank 5 gives me Pegasus Missile plus Crystal Burst, and rank 6 gives me all 3 of them together, which is, of course, the ideal. So we're going to go from there. Unfortunately, their weapons are online. Hopefully my Crystal Heavy is going to be able to take them out before that missile fires. Nope, that missile does fire by itself, which sucks. And I did miss that second shot, so we are going to deal with a little bit more damage, or a little bit more time spent on this particular jump. Especially with that heavy crystal missing so many times. There we go. And I'll be right back. Okay, let's go ahead and jump. We're going to jump into the nebula here, and I'm going to gradually make my way up towards that store. Anything here? No? Okay. I'm going to jump here and then back towards the store. The reason I'm doing this in a roundabout way is I need to get a little bit more... Crap. I need to get a little bit more, scrap going. Very unhappy about this, because I'm very, very likely to take a lot of damage. In fact, I'm more than likely gonna just jump away from this, because this does not strike me as a good fight for me to be in. Unless I can get their weapons offline ASAP, because that Ion Blast is going to be causing endless trouble for me. It's going to cause a lot of damage to come my way. Okay, their weapons are offline. Now I'm more willing to actually be here. We are still taking damage off of that drone, though, which is just endlessly obnoxious. Okay. We got Heavy Crystal and Crystal Burst, both of which are online now. I'm trying to get my shields back online, but this drone is making that absolutely impossible because it's taking them down as soon as they get online. And Heavy Crystal's once again missing. That drone is not only keeping the damage up, but keeping fires going, which is terrible. Okay, so their shields are coming back online, but I got the last hit just in time. That takes them out, gives me a bunch of scrap, and it's time for me to head towards that store. Pull the ship in closer, and they have decided randomly that I'm going to die. That is terrible. This is actually where I'm likely to die because of that. I need to get their shields offline as soon as humanly possible, and then get that Glaive Beam offline. Again, the Crystal Heavy fails me, which it does 9 times out of 10 nowadays. I just need to get those shields offline. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. That Glaive Beam is going to laze, and I'm going to take a crap ton of damage. Really, really bad damage, too. And yes, I do consider 2 damage to be a crap ton, considering I only have 5 health right now. So 2 damage is a very, very large amount. Now, I will be able to get them offline. There we go. So I'm going to be able to take their ship down, but this is not going to be... I don't think it's going to be worth it for me here. This was a really terrible thing for me to have to fight at this point in the game. Okay, so they're down. Probably going to have to spend most of the scrap I'm making right here on repairs for my ship. But I've got some hopes that I'm going to see something useful here. And my hopes are basically completely dashed. So let's go ahead and fix all. Nothing to sell. I kind of want this hull laser, but it's going to require a lot more power than I actually have. So I'm not sure if that's going to be worth it. Let's go ahead and check our ship. I definitely want weapon control and weapon control. And I definitely also want to get 1 more point in power. You get down here and fix that. We're going to go ahead and buy 3 fuel just to keep me going for now. But I think having those upgrades is going to be tremendously helpful, because now I can start taking that offline and getting the Pegasus missile online too. You get back to your position. And the Pegasus missile is while taking longer to fire than the other two, is going to be pretty instrumental in keeping us alive through these heavy shielded enemies. But it's not really going to be as helpful against this enemy as just what I'm doing right here would be. They have another Ion Burst Mark II, which is just terrible for me. It's very, very annoying that I continue to fight these enemies that have the exact bane of my existence right now. And all of my weapons miss, which means I'm gonna very likely take a lot of damage very soon. And there goes one of my weapons, which is really, really bad. Unfortunately, the Pegasus missile would not make this any easier. What I'm probably going to do is fire this heavy missile, or this crystal heavy, followed by the burst, and nothing happens. My burst actually ended up hitting their drone, which caused it to miss its target. And there goes my weapons again. The computer's being really, really good about timing its shots here to make sure that my stuff remains offline. I'm almost tempted to fire the burst by itself just while I'm waiting, but that would be probably a very bad idea. Fire the heavy crystal, followed by the burst crystal a couple seconds later, and I still end up hitting their drone. It's the second time that has happened. I'm not timing this like this. It is actually becoming my hope that we're going to be able to take out their drones like this, though, and have an easier way of taking them out. Once again, it happens. These are just the Mark I drones. And you gotta remember that at one point I was facing 3 of these, and we actually snuck all of our shots through, or snuck a large amount of our shots through. There we go, we actually got a hit in, which is excellent, but I do need to see a lot more than just 1. And of course there are likely to be NGs on this ship, which means, God, I hit it again! Which means that, they're gonna get things repaired really, really quickly, so, and my shield's just remaining offline, which means I'm going to start taking massive amounts of damage. Come on, sneak a shot through. These drones are in the exact position needed to make sure that I'm not going to sneak anything through here, which is terrible. I really should have left by now, but, hope springs eternal. I did get a hit in. Okay, come on. See it. Yep, they are actually getting all my shots at once here. Again, I cannot believe that we were able to do this before against 3 drones, but against 2, this remains absolutely impossible. I find myself, yep, my shots are not making their way through. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch to the Pegasus on the off chance the Pegasus could make it work instead. Shield's taking a little bit of damage. You need to go fix the shield. Because that's the one thing standing between me and that, fire coming off of that thing. The laser is continuing to make my life hell. Okay, I did actually connect with that one. I'm gonna go ahead and power up the burst laser version, in the hopes that that will work a little bit better. Their weapons are somewhat offline right now, and I do have a lot of missiles, but I don't really have a lot of patience for this. Okay, fire those, and didn't make anything through, which is amazing. I don't know how that's happening, that I don't make any weapon through, even though I fire 4 shots instead of 3 now, and still they shoot down everything. These things are better than Mark IIs. Come on, something should get through. How is this happening? Last time we did this, they weren't independently targeting. They were, targeting the exact same items. This should work. I'm not that willing to continue this because I really want to keep my, missiles. I did sneak 1 through. I only need to see 2 more hits connect, and I will actually make this happen. I don't know how likely that's going to be at this point, or how many missiles I'm going to have to give up in order to make this happen. I'm definitely not going to be getting a reward off this ship that's going to make this worth it. But at this point, it's almost a point of pride thing. And once again, we hit another one of their defense drones. At this point, I'm going to go back to the Crystal Heavy because they only have 1 defense drone left. I've actually shot down that many defense drones, which is very, very weird. Okay, there goes their ship. We did sneak the damage through. Got 33 scrap, which, as I said, is not worth the trouble. But, you know, we beat them. Okay, let's interfere and help the Zoltan ship, because I really do not feel like fighting the Zoltan right now, especially not in this type of environment. The Mantis is not much better, though. You're going to stand right here while we wait. They do have weapons I'm not happy with, and they are attacking stuff that I do not want them to attack. We'll go ahead and let that fight run its course for a while I drain air out of those areas, and then we will go ahead and fire at their weapons, see if I can take those offline to begin with. You get out of there. We're going to go ahead and open these airlocks to see if we can get air out of this Mantis' area. And, okay, now he goes into shields. It's good. I'm trying to force him into the med bay, as I frequently have done. But instead, after he goes after my captain, which, isn't the most horrible thing. There he goes. He's going where I want him to now. Let's go ahead and open this up. Get you two healed a little bit. We're doing fine. We're not taking any damage off of here, so I'm not going to be particularly worried about sitting inside this asteroid belt for a few seconds here. I need 75 scrap to upgrade my weapons to the next level, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that anytime soon. Mostly because I feel that, I don't know. I feel that getting my engines and shields probably going to be a little bit more important than getting my weapons online in these areas. We are going to fight, annoyingly enough, we're going to be fighting a boarding drone. We seem to be seeing them a lot more as of late than we have anytime recently. I'm hoping that I'm going to be taking out their, here comes a missile. I'm hoping I'm actually going to be able to take out their drone control before it takes out something I need. Unfortunately, it looks like that's not going to happen, so I'm going to have to engage him directly. Let's go ahead and fire everything at their drone control. I didn't want to have to do this because... Okay, the heavy crystal fired at their... Weird. Okay, so their drone control's offline for now. I'm going to start attacking their weapons in the hopes of taking that offline. But I'm going to keep firing the heavy at their drone control just to make sure it stays down. That missed, which is excellent. And their weapons are offline, which is also good. Hopefully I can kill this drone before it comes back online. And then, yeah, they're good. Get a good amount of scrap. Yeah, I'm probably going to save this. I need 100 just to level up to the next level of weapons. And then, 100 level up to the next level of shield, and I will need another 50 past that, at least, probably 55, actually, at this point, in order to get, my, shields fully online. That said, it's going to depend entirely on what sort of sector we're going to be facing next. If this is going to be a... Can I make that? Yes, I can do that, okay. If I'm going to be facing, say, a rock-controlled sector, I'm probably going to be more likely to go for weapons, just because I'm going to need to be able to pierce through thick shields. And I'm probably going to have to do that anyways. If it's a, say, if it's a Mantis or Rebel-controlled sector, it's going to be something else. I'm hoping for rock. That is definitely something I want, is rock. So let's go ahead and jump over here. I'm going to jump to this beacon, and we're going to start jumping our way towards the exit. I'm trying to maximize the amount of beacons we go to. A second ago, I was thinking about how much I need to upgrade my door systems. You go and just bother them for a few seconds so I can just get the air out of that room. And then now they should come bother you. You're just going to walk over here just long enough for me to open that door. I'm going to take damage off of that missile if I cannot either get there. Yeah, I'm just going to take damage off that missile in general. Which is exactly what I didn't want, but I... just not able to get these guys out of that room fast enough. They were able to completely take down my cockpit, which is terrible for me. And my weapons are gradually going offline. They're just going to every room I do not want them to go to. I'm trying to usher them in this direction. Can you take out that fire? Are you able to do that? No. Okay, because that fire's spreading. Let's get you in here. I don't know what he's going to be able to do against two of them. I'm actually very worried about that, so I'm going to back you out of there. And then I'm going to gradually open these doors and see if I can get these guys out of that room and maybe back in a different direction. I do not want them to take out... Okay. I want them to go elsewhere, which is good because that's what they're doing. The problem is I have no weapons right now. Actually, no. Actually, you stay in there because I need that to be taken care of. Looks like the Zoltan was taken offline. My weapons are still down, though, and I need to heal this guy. I'm in a really bad position right now, actually. If there's a missile that hits in the exact wrong place, I could lose multiple crew members. You get back in here, and let's see if I can get our weapons back online. Let's close these doors. That missile's just going to keep on raining hell. There goes my O2, and I didn't really have any to begin with, so that's terrible. Yeah, so there's no O2 in the ship right now. And there's actually a breach here, which is even worse. I can't do anything right now. There's a breach now in the sensors room. I'm essentially handicapped because of that fire. And this guy's going to be dealing with a lot of stuff right now, which is really just bad. He's been taken offline. Okay, so now we have no weapons. This is... Actually, you stay in there. Fix that. This is... I kind of want to weather through this just so I can get rid of their missiles. Because if we get rid of their missiles, we'll be back online. Let's get you into here. Just wait for the O2 to get back up to a tolerable level. Okay, so that should be good. Their O2 is offline, but their missiles keep on coming. I should have left a long time ago, but at this point there's no point leaving, because I don't have any weapons. So if I jump into anything, I'm boned anyways. So I might as well stay here where I know what the score is. Yeah, a series of very bad missiles and lots of bad damage. There's another one. If one more hits, we're boned. They still apparently have missiles. And there it is. Really, really terrible run. Just didn't get anything done. Nothing went our way. Bah. I'll see you guys next time.